Hey there. So this is a helpful video for the STEMscopedia. You can see right here. STEMscopedia task for the solar system scope. Alright, so you usually with STEMscopedia you read through it, right? So it gives you an understanding of certain concepts. And it's generally focusing on our solar system and what's in our solar system. So we have planets, right? It discusses how they move, and it discusses a little information about how the planets themselves move throughout our solar system. It gives special terms like revolves, and that its orbit is elliptical or oval shaped. And it gives information on particular planets in our solar system and categories of planets in our solar system. It recognizes that planets have moons, and that there are other things in our solar system other than moons and planets, including asteroids and meteoroids and comets. And then, of course, they leave us with this first task. This first task is to take these different words and place them in proper areas within this picture here. Now, I'm making the video just to make sure it's clear how to do that. So what we need to do is, what is an inner planet? So for that one, you'd use the text box, and I just set it up right here. I'd write Earth, right? Because Earth is an inner planet. But then I got to think, well, what is an outer planet? So, and you would fill it out in this outer bubble. The thing, though, that's a little more challenging is, so it's easy to write the right word in one of the bubbles by itself. Like inner planets, you could just list it: Earth, Mars, etc. But look at these zones right here where two bubbles overlap. So you have inner planets, you have outer planets. Is there anything in common between inner and outer planets? This space right here is reserved for anything that would be common between those two planets. So just giving an example, so you end up putting a lot of information in this, what's called a Venn diagram, and there it's spelled out for you, Venn diagram. So I want to write something in between where these two bubbles overlap, this little space here, that shows that outer planets and inner planets have something in common. So I click the text function again. See if it works here. Alright, and I'm going to put spherical. I'm just giving you an example, right? Because outer planets, inner planets, spherical. Now it looks like the font size is really large, so it's not a perfect system they have for us to type into. If you want a paper version of this Venn diagram, just let me know and I'll provide it if you want to get more in these spaces. And then you have, here's another example, what's something in common between moons and asteroids? So when you read about moons and asteroids above, you come back here and you'd say, well, you could type something in between the space here to show something that they have in common. I don't want to give you too much information because you got to work, right? Now, so I expect you to be able to put in important words in between that show something in common between any overlapping bubbles, because these zones here, this one, this one, this one, and this one, show what they have in common. Anywhere a bubble overlaps, it's something they have in common. And something that inner and outer planets have in common, again, is that they're spherical or kind of round. They're circular shape. So, but don't forget, there's certain words you need to place in the right place in this Venn diagram, and it is these right here. Orbits the Sun, Mars, orbits a planet, Io, Uranus, Neptune, Mercury. All of these words, all the way down to Jupiter, have a place in this Venn diagram. And you need to choose each word and find a place for it that's appropriate. And it might be in its own bubble, just like for inner planets I put Earth over here and Mars. Or it could be something that fits perfectly in between because both inner and outer planets share it, or both asteroids and outer planets share it, or vice versa. So you may need to put it in this zone. Alright, good luck.